Hey, this is Sky. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Let's talk about how to have a meaningful life. How to be happy. Right? That's what you want. Everybody wants to be happy. A lot of people feel like life is a struggle, life is suffering. And it is. That's an accurate assessment. And they wish, they pray for happiness. People's greatest wish isn't really to win the lottery. It's what that money would bring them, and that people feel that abundance brings happiness. I can't tell you how many times I've said myself, I just want to live a happy life. I just want to be happy. Just want to be left alone and be happy. Just want people to not be tripping on me. I just want to be happy. We have all these little statements about happiness. We chase pleasure, seeking happiness. We find happiness in food. I know what it's like to have an insatiable hunger. To be sitting there eating food and be so joyous over the taste and just, oh, this is so delicious, and thinking about my next meal. Well, what am I going to get next? And turn food into a vice. I know what it's like to chase vice, chase pleasure, in order to alleviate the suffering. I always think of the Bruce Lee quote when this topic comes up. What did he say? Bruce Lee said something like, you don't pray for an easy life, you pray to be strong enough to endure a hard one. So when we think about what we want out of life, we keep telling ourselves this unattainable goal of happiness, because happiness isn't solid. It's not a thing. It's a byproduct of something else. It's what you squeeze out of meaning and of purpose, of discipline. Happiness comes from those things. It doesn't exist on its own. There's no smoke without fire. Smoke comes from somewhere. You don't just see smoke for no reason. It's come from somewhere. Happiness comes from somewhere. You know, life is suffering. We have to accept that. I think a lot of people spend their lives not understanding that life is suffering. That's what's happening. You're on a planet that's trying to kill you. We're a competitive species. And if we weren't so dominant, other animals might try to eat you. Everything from the air we breathe to the water we drink can potentially kill us. Every single person you know and have ever known, every single person that's ever lived and will ever live, goes through horrible suffering, at least in their own perception. You can't judge other people's suffering. So how do you get through the tragedy of life? How do we get through all this suffering? Seems logical, you just chase pleasure. If I can chase enough pleasure, if I could afford enough luxury, if I could afford enough time to be lazy, then I can just kind of skate through this whole life without any struggle. Have it easy, the easy life. The easy life is a life of weakness. People who live the easy life become weak. We stay strong through our struggle. But how do you get through tragedy? How do you get through it? It can kill us. I've already kind of stated it, and you get through the tragedies of life, the hard times, the traumas. You get through that shit by living a life of meaning. And what is meaning? How do we find meaning? Because, when you live a life of meaning, you can suffer through the worst of times. When you have a purpose, every day you have a purpose, a mission, and you're mission driven, you will go through hell. So how do we find meaning? We find meaning through responsibility. Living a responsible life, being responsible for others, finding responsibilities, finding a way to be in service to others. Right? You get it? So when you're looking for meaning, you're looking for a meaningful life, it's a good idea to start thinking about ways that you can be in service to others, that you can be responsible for someone. When you're responsible for someone, you have a duty to take care of them, a love that will drive you to the ends of the earth. People who have kids. Not everybody who has kids has that desire to be in service to them or to be responsible for them. My father didn't. I have a friend of mine who frustrates me sometimes because he has 5 boys and he's a deadbeat dad to all of them and proud to be a deadbeat dad. He's proud of it. Go figure that out. But typically speaking, having kids or having even a dog, there's been times in my life where the only reason why I didn't put that gun in my mouth was because I had a dog. Just a dog sitting there looking at me. And I just felt bad. I was like, if I kill myself, that dog is not going to have anybody to take care of him. The dog will miss me. A little thing like that can give me meaning in my life. I got to get dog food. I got to be able to pay vet bills. So I got to figure out some ways to hustle. I may not care about myself, but I care about that goddamn dog. I'll do whatever I can for that fucking dog. I'll die for that dog. And little things like that can give you meaning in your life. You can find meaning in life through love. And that's what that is. Finding ways to love people helps you to find ways to be in service to them. And you have responsibilities. You give yourself meaning. The meaning is that love. It could be love for your family. It's important. And I'll talk about this in other videos, but it's important to mend broken relationships with families, and I'm going through this now. There's one person in particular, my aunt. I have 4 aunts. The youngest one is only 8 years older than me. We used to be real tight. We had a big falling out in San Francisco years ago. I've hated her. I can't stand her. I hate her. But I need to figure out a way to forgive her and to move on. There may be a day when it's just me and her, and we're the only ones left in this family, and I'm gonna have to deal with this woman. I've made amends with everybody else in my family. She's the only one left, and I can't go my whole life hating her. We need to fix the broken bridges that we have with people that are important. Not everybody is worth fixing those broken bridges. Some of them you burn those bridges and good. Did that on purpose. That was fully intentional. Thank God that bridge burned. But to find meaning in our lives, we need love. We need responsibility to others. We need a form of discipline that can keep us going every single day, and that drives us, motivates us towards that love. Taking care of your kids, taking care of your woman, taking care of your dog, taking care of yourself. That's self-love. You have a duty for that. But this is how you get through tragedy. You need a deep meaning in life to get you through tragedy, to get you through suffering. That meaning becomes your strength. You get through a hard life with strength, not with manipulation, not with cheat codes for the game, not with winning lotteries, not with looking for pleasure all the time. So we find a meaningful life through strength of character, through strength, through daily discipline, through building ourselves every single day. But we don't just do this to look in the mirror like some bodybuilder, or to pat yourself on the back because you're so smart. You do this to share your knowledge. You do this to help others. You become strong so you can carry water and chop wood for others. So you can be in service to others. What do people used to say when I was younger? Faith, folk, and family. Thanks for watching.